What's up, y'all? How are y'all doing today? What's up on this Friday? I am excited about this live. What's up, Slash Inc? How are you doing? And I'm probably going to drop the link a little bit later. So if you want to join the live, you can a little bit later. Just going to be chit chatting on some things, now that we are ending the 2022. I mean, like, y'all, I cannot believe it's almost 2023. I'm like, this year went by extremely fast. I'm just like, whoa, it's almost 2023. So I'm definitely excited, but I'm still just like, it went by so fast. I'm just like, some of the things I did earlier this year, like when I went to the Maxwell concert and then I went to Vegas earlier this year. I even went to Orlando. It seemed like that stuff happened like 3 years ago. So, yeah. But I am excited about the topic tonight. We're going to be talking about the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card. And normally I'm not one to say don't get a credit card, but I have some thoughts on the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, and I'm going to give some tips on other credit cards that maybe you should get. So we're just going to take a look at all of it. So yeah. So I want to say what's up to Sledge. Y'all have to go check out his channel because he has a lot of good content on his channel. And then shout out to my sister. She's in here as well. So let's see. But it has been a year since I had got the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, because actually this was in December of 2021 when I got the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. Because what I did, I ended up getting the Navy Federal Cash Rewards and the American Express Everyday credit card. I had applied for both of those credit cards. Maybe it was like 2 minutes apart. So I had applied for both of those credit cards. And with Navy Federal, I actually have 3 Navy Federal credit cards. So my first one was the Navy Federal flagship. And then I had got the Navy Federal More Rewards. And then in December of 2021, I got the Navy Federal Cash Rewards. So I've had it a full year now. So we're just going to talk about my thoughts on the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. I want to say what's up to Sam. How are you doing? I hope that you're doing well. Y'all will have to go check out his channel too, because he has some really good content on his channel as well. So we got some good content creators in here. And a little bit later, I'm going to be dropping the link. So if anybody wants to join, I'll probably be on here for a little bit. Just wanted to get this content out. But yeah, so we're going to look at the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card. And I'm just going to say, with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, why it's not going to be my first choice is because I really feel like with it being 1.5% cash back if you don't have direct deposit and 1.75% cash back if you do have direct deposit, I think with some of the other Navy Federal credit cards, you can really earn more. Let's say with the Navy Federal More Rewards and then the Navy Federal flagship. So that's why I would kind of lean more towards those, because I have had the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card for a year now. And honestly, I really don't use the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. I have one purchase that's auto drafted out of my Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card. I think it's maybe my cable bill. My cable bill is auto drafted from my Navy Federal Cash Rewards. But other than that, I'm really not using the Navy Federal Cash Rewards because, one, I can most definitely get more bang for my buck with some of the other Navy Federal other Navy Federal credit cards, or even some of the other credit cards that I have. So right now, we're in the fourth quarter, about to go into the new year. The credit cards that were my daily drivers were the Navy Federal More Rewards credit card and the Navy Federal Flagship. So those are the two credit cards. And then I was using the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but not as much. I would say the Navy Federal More Rewards, hands down, is my go-to credit card. And so we're going to get into more of the details on the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card a little bit more, but I really wanted to just say why I would not necessarily say that the Navy Federal Cash Reward should be the first option, because I feel like with Navy Federal, they have other credit cards that I think you could get more rewards from. And it's really going to depend on, would you rather have cash back or would you rather have points? But what I will say, and let me share my screen with you. Let me see if I can pull this up. So I tested this out because I have not gotten any cash back on my Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, because I'm really saving up all my points, because I want to use all my points and my cash back on my trip. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. So with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, what I would probably say is some people might push back to say, well, with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, pretty much you can redeem maybe even like $5. That could be the lowest. As soon as you start earning cash back on the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, you can start getting the cash back on that. So I had did cash back of $5 because I just wanted to see if I would be able to do a really, really small amount. And I was able to do a $5 transfer under the Cash Rewards credit card. So I would say that that's probably one upside to the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card compared to the others, because I tried with my Navy Federal More Rewards and my Navy Federal Flagship. I wanted to see what was the lowest amount that I could redeem, and it was $50. So some people might say, I might as well just go ahead. But see, what I really like about the Navy Federal Flagship and the More Rewards, you can do cash back, or you could do the points, or you can even shop with those points. Compared to the Navy Federal Cash Rewards, you can only do the cash back. So I could see this being a plus with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards, being able to redeem any amount comparatively. But what I would say is, with the Navy Federal More Rewards or Flagship, especially the More Rewards, you're going to get three times the points on groceries, dining, and gas, compared to with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards, you're just going to get either 1.5 to 1.75% cash back. So I would way rather want to earn 3 times the points, or even with the Navy Federal Flagship, 2 times the points. Because with the Navy Federal credit cards, this $50 is still going to be the same, no matter if it was the Cash Rewards or the More Rewards. It's still going to be the same valuation comparative to other credit cards. So some people might say that. But yes, so I really like the I would say my favorite Navy Federal credit card is going to be, y'all, I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but it's going to be the Navy Federal More Rewards. The Navy Federal More Rewards is going to be hands down my favorite Navy Federal credit card. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. What do you think about the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card compared to the other credit cards? So let's see who else we have in the chat. Let's see. We have Miss DC. What's up, Miss DC? How are you doing? I hope that you're doing good. And we have Carla Nash. How are you? Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate everybody for joining. Taking a look at this Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. Now, I do think that I'm not going to say that the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card is a bad card. That's not what I'm saying. But what I will say is that I don't think that it would, and even the Navy Federal Cash Rewards was not my first pick. The Navy Federal Flagship was the first card that I had got with Navy Federal, and then the Navy Federal More Rewards. And so what I would say is, even though it's a good beginner card, and then especially if you're going to get the end rewards, most of the time, once they graduate, the end rewards is going to graduate to the cash rewards credit card. But what I'm always going to say is, and what, I put out some videos earlier this month on, if you're just joining Navy Federal, here's maybe some tips on how I would have done it differently if I just joined. If you feel like your credit score and your credit report, needs some repair, or let's say you have no credit or low credit or bad credit, possibly I would consider maybe just waiting to get a credit card and build their relationship with Navy Federal by getting some of the other products, like just doing direct deposit into your checking account, depositing money in the savings account, and then also possibly doing the Navy Federal pledge loan, and then possibly the Navy Federal end rewards. But I think I would rather do the pledge loan than the end rewards, because you don't really know when your Navy Federal end rewards is going to graduate. So I would rather do the pledge loan over the end rewards, just my opinion. And then possibly, wait 3 to 6 months or so to gain that relationship with Navy Federal, and then possibly apply for credit cards. But what I'm going to say is to go ahead over to Navy Federal and then take a look at the credit cards, and then do the pre-qualify first. Do the pre-qualify. That way we're not wasting our, we don't want to be applying for credit cards and we don't know if we are going to get approved. So we really want to increase our approval chances. Although when you do pre-qualify, it's not necessarily 100% that you're going to get approved for the credit card, but it's going to be at least 90%, I would say. So, and it's going to be a soft pull. It's not going to be a hard pull. So I would definitely say to do the pre-qualify. Let's see. What did Miss DC say? She said, I really want the more rewards. It'll probably be a product change. Yes. Looking at all of the Navy Federal credit cards, I really have to do another poll to see what is the best credit card. Y'all, I'm going to say the Navy Federal More Rewards. It is definitely my favorite credit card. You're going to get 3 times the points on groceries, gas, and restaurants, and then 1 times the points on everything else. It has no annual fee, compared to with the Navy Federal Flagship, you got 3 times the points on travel, and then 2 times the points on everything else, but it has a $49 annual fee. And so that's why I really like using the Navy Federal More Rewards and the Flagship. I like using those together because basically I'm getting 3 times the points on, I would say, the categories that I really use a lot, especially for dining, and then 2 times the points on everything else. And then we have the Go Rewards. And I think that the Go Rewards is really good because it's really like a dining card, because you got 3 times the points for restaurants, and then 2 times the points for gas, and then 1 times the points. So to me, really the Go Rewards and the More Rewards are kind of the same. And then we have the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. Let's see. We got Sledge. He says, in my opinion, the more rewards. Yes, I totally agree. The more rewards is their best credit card, hands down. It's like no disputing it, in my opinion. Like this is the best card. But what I will say, y'all, with it being American Express, because y'all know sometimes with the American Express, they're not really accepted everywhere. And it was so funny. I had went somewhere the other day and I was kind of in a hurry. It was so funny. And all I had was American Express in my wallet because I had my American Express. Well, I had the Navy Federal More Rewards. And then I want to say I had my American Express business card. And so I was like, dang, I cannot believe I didn't have another credit card because one, the line was so long. And I'm just like, dang, what if I get up here and they don't take American Express? So, because I was like, I couldn't remember 100% this store that I went to if they took American Express. So I was just like, dang, I don't know, but they ended up taking it. So I was like, praise the Lord. Let's see. He said in 2023, I'll probably get the flagship, but since I have the American Express Platinum, I'm in no rush. And I think that is a good point. Yeah, but I really, yeah, I think you can't go wrong. You know, Sledge, you already know the one thing I'm gonna say with the platinum, but I would say with the platinum, I'm not for sure. Is it 5 times the points for dining and groceries? That's where I would say the American Express Platinum is going to be better than the more rewards. But see, with the American Express Platinum, I want to say it's like a $600 annual fee, but I can't remember 100%. But y'all know I'm not trying to get no annual fee of that much, even though I am really kind of considering getting, I'm still debating on whether I'm going to get the American Express Gold Card, but I'm going to be doing a review on the American Express Everyday credit card because I've had that one a full year as well. And I don't know, I kind of feel the same way with that one compared to how I feel with the cash rewards card. But what I will say is that I'm glad that I had got the American Express Everyday card because then I got in the ecosystem of American Express. So any American Express credit card that I got, it was going to be a soft pull. So that's why I was kind of glad that I got that. But that's really the only reason, because I would say the Navy Federal Cash Rewards and then my American Express Everyday card, I don't really use those as much. But the one good thing about my American Express Everyday card is that it has no interest for, it was like 15 months. So that was the good thing for that. But, you know, if we're paying for our credit cards every month, then we're good. But sometimes I'll leave like 2 or 7% on that one. So I'm not as fast to pay that one off, but I still keep the balance low on that one. So let's take a look at the cash rewards card a little bit more. Let me see. Sledge. He said, okay, so I got that one. Okay. And so Sim said Costco's definitely does not accept American Express. Okay, that is definitely good to know. So with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card, right now they have where you can earn $200 when you spend $2,000 within the first 90 days. So I really like that because one, it has a low minimum spend. And, you know, usually, especially like for me with dining and stuff, within 3 months, I'll be able to get that so fast. Okay. So yeah, so this is a really simple card. So you get 1.75% cash back when you get direct deposit. If you don't get direct deposit, 1.5% cash back. And yeah, so it says start redeeming your rewards as soon as you earn them. But I would still say, because pretty much for a whole year, I have not got any cash back. So basically, I've had my cash back sitting there for a whole year and I haven't touched it until tonight when I was just trying to play around to see if I could do like a small amount. So I had redeemed $5 from my cash rewards card. So I think I had maybe like 300 and maybe $70 or something like that in there. So it's just been sitting there, and I pulled $5 and put it into my checking account. So yeah, so I think that really the main perk on the Navy Federal Cash Rewards is that you can start redeeming as soon as you earn. But I think, you'll have to let me know. I usually like to sit on my points and my cash back, because one, I'm really trying to save all my points because I want to take a trip using all of my points. And so that's why I've been saving all of mine. But from time to time, I'll get gift cards and stuff like that with my points and stuff. So let's see. We have a comment. Let's see. Here we go. So Miss DC said, if your utilization is high with Navy Federal, would you consider getting a platinum credit card or try to get the utilization down? Probably what I'm going to say, it really depends. So I would say, when we look at our credit reports and our credit score, and I would say, that's why I would say wait on getting a credit card if your utilization is high or your credit card is kind of low, so that we can get any credit card whenever we want. Like we want to get the credit card we want. That's how I feel. Like I don't want to be doing late night hacks and all this kind of stuff. I just want to apply for credit cards when I want to apply for credit cards. So that's why I'm more of a proponent of getting my credit repaired, doing right by my credit. So with our utilization, the fastest way for us to increase our credit score is by tackling our utilization. So we want that to be 30% or lower, because our utilization is 30% of our credit score. And so if your utilization is high, then that's why our credit score is going to be kind of low. And then the payment history is 35%. But see, with our payment history, once we get those late payments on our credit report, it's really hard to get those off, and those are going to stay. So that's why I usually say, if you want to increase your credit score fast, tackle your credit utilization. But in the instance of Miss DC's question, I would say if my credit utilization is 30% or lower, would I consider getting the platinum? The only reason why I would consider getting the Navy Federal Platinum credit card is if I was going to do a balance transfer, since I have high utilization. So I would probably, let me share my screen again. So with the, let me see. Okay, with the Navy Federal Platinum credit card, right now what they have is you can transfer your non-Navy Federal balances within 60 days of getting the Navy Federal Platinum card, and you'll pay 0.99% interest. And so that is really low interest. And so I think that's the only reason that I would probably get the Platinum card. Or if when I'm using my credit card, if I don't pay the credit card off, I would consider getting a platinum credit card, because y'all, look at this interest rate, 8.99% to 18%. Like, this is the lowest interest rate on the Navy Federal credit cards. And so if I was to carry a balance, I would consider getting a platinum credit card. Hopefully you can get the 8.99%. And that's going to be like over 50% lower than any of the other credit cards. Because, most of the other credit cards, even like for myself, with my Chase Sapphire Preferred, I believe my interest rate is 26%. With my Discover It, I think my interest rate is about 19%, 19.99. So even with the Discover It, that's pretty much over 50%. So if you're going to carry a balance, I would rather carry a balance with the interest rate low, so it's not eating up the payment. And so that's what I would consider in that instance. Let's see. So we have Roman. Roman said, what do I think about the Navy Federal line of credit? I'm not going to necessarily be opposed to, let's see if we can take a look at a line of credit. Well, but see, I really feel like the interest rates are kind of high. I would have to make sure that I'm looking at it correctly. So, what I would possibly do, because this is what I would do, y'all. So, here, let me put myself on the screen. So for myself, what I'm going to do, for me, it's always going to be on the interest rate. I'm not going to want to pay a high interest rate on a loan. So let's say what I would do, because for this personal loan, it says it's good for auto repairs, moving repairs, or other major purchases. So what I did like several years ago, when I had to get a HVAC unit. So I had to get an HVAC unit. Y'all, I was just so upset that I had to get an HVAC unit. But I had the Bank of America credit card. And so what I ended up doing with the Bank of America cash, I want to say it was the cash rewards credit card. What I was able to do was pull the cash from that credit card and pay for my HVAC unit. And then I had like so many months where it was at a 0% interest rate. But I believe it was probably because they had, because I would say it's kind of similar to doing, let me see if I can pull it up. Let's take a look. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it up, but I would say it was kind of similar to a balance transfer. So I think it was maybe like a 2 or 3% to pull the cash. So to me, that was still very low for me to pull the cash from the credit card and to have maybe like 12 months or 14 months, no interest. So I would say I'm more so in that opposed to doing a credit line, but I'm going to say it's really always looking at the numbers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm always going to look at the numbers and see. And then even for myself, even like now, I would look more towards 0% interest credit cards for 15 to 21 months. So let's say getting an American Express credit card where on your new purchases, you can get the 0% interest. So for me, I'm more so of that. But if you have to get a credit line, and I'm going to look into this a little bit more. So what I'll do, I'll probably make a video to like really take a look at it. But what I would say is to look at the interest rate. That's kind of where I'm going to go, because I'm not going to want to pay really high interest on anything. Let's see. D, he said, nope, I don't touch any of my cash back until I take a vacation. And see, that's what I was wanting to do, because basically that was really, I didn't have to get the Navy Federal Cash Rewards, but I was just testing it. I was just gonna see, how I would kind of like it. And then I believe at the time that I had got the Navy Federal Cash Rewards, it was gonna be $200 cash back. So basically for 2022, I was just trying to earn as much either points or cash back, because I wanted to take a trip with all of my points. So right now I have enough to take maybe like a 5-day trip, depending on where it was going to be. So basically I wanted to use all my points, one for my hotel, for my flight, and then for my food. And so basically for 5 nights, I said, because I got like $300 in my cash rewards bank. So I was like, well, it's like $360 in there. So I was like, that's pretty good for, food. Cause, when you go out of town and stuff, like you'll usually spend a whole lot of money on eating and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's what I like to do. I like to save, like all of my cash back until I don't like to touch it. Let's say Rome said, "Do you think it's best to apply for the American Express Personal?" I think so, because that's really how I did it. I had originally applied for the American Express Everyday credit card. Now I'm gonna tell you that that was not my first choice. I really wanted another American Express credit card, but for some reason, I was just kind of nervous about applying for an American Express credit card. And then, especially since I had been applying for other credit cards, I didn't know how hard it was going to be for me to get it. So, what I ended up doing, I did the pre qualify, and I did not pre qualify for the credit card that I wanted with the American Express. So I applied for, because when I did the pre-qualification, I had got pre-qualified for the American Express everyday credit card, and it doesn't have an annual fee. But y'all, they had approved me for, well, pre-qualified me for the American Express Gold, the American Express Platinum, and then it was another one. But all three of those credit cards have over $250. Well, I think one had $99 after the second year, but then the Gold has $250, and then the Platinum, I believe it's like 600. And y'all know I'm not doing no 600. So I'm kind of considering getting the Gold card. I haven't decided, but I'm not in a rush, because I don't feel like I'm in a rush to get any credit cards right now. But I feel like get in with American Express, and then every credit card that you apply for after that one, it's going to be a soft pull. But so I had got my American Express everyday credit card first, and then I got my business credit card. So I would say do it that way. And then, especially American Express, it seems like once you apply for one credit card, they'll just start sending you, I would say, sending you emails. And then once you go into your portal, it's like they're always, like, I guess, pre-qualifying me, and they're telling me to apply. They always tell me to apply for the Gold card for the business and the regular one, but I'm just not ready for it. And I believe even the Platinum. And they mail me credit card offers in the mail as well. And so that's how I ended up go ahead and applying for the business credit card, because I had got an offer in the mail. And so I got the Blue Business Cash, and then it doesn't have an annual fee on there. So, but I think probably the Blue Business Plus, that's probably a little bit better, I think, than the one that I got. But you have to do what's good for you. So let's see. I want to give a shout out to my sister with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And then she said about my digital budget planner. Y'all, let me show y'all, because I kind of vaguely, I'll talk about my digital planner, but I really don't talk about it like a whole lot, because usually I'll kind of forget. But this is my third edition of my digital budget planner, and I'm just so excited about this digital budget planner. It is I feel like, compared to the one last year, this one just aesthetically looks a whole lot better. So I really like this digital budget planner. And so it is 76 pages. And so you have a goal planner, you have a budget, you have a calendar, you have a debt repayment. You can do a savings plan. And then what I really like about the digital planner is it has a spot for your credit card tracker. So I know for myself, I like to do the credit card utilization hack. And so normally that's how I keep up with my credit cards in the digital planner. So if y'all are interested in a digital planner, go over to my Etsy shop and it's $25. I definitely appreciate it. Y'all sold one this week. So I was so excited about it. So I'm just thrilled. I'm just so thrilled about it, you know. But yeah, but then I also have a I have a free budget and debt repayment template as well. You know, if you're, you know, maybe not interested in let me see, if you're not interested in getting the planner, um yeah, you can go on to this is my web page, and you can get the free digital budget planner. So yeah, y'all will have to take a look at it if you are interested. Okay, let's see. What did D say? D say if you apply for the American Express business card first, yeah, they'll do a hard pull on your credit. Always apply for a personal credit card first. So that is really good. That is a lot of good information on that. Yes, I definitely agree. But you know, that's why I do like the American Express credit cards. And now I can really see why everybody has so many. But the only thing is that they have those high annual fees. And so that's why I really don't like it. But I like that once you get one American Express, then it's soft pulls after that. So really it's just about making sure to create a strategy. And that's what I did when I had applied for those two credit cards, the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, and then the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, and then the American Express everyday credit card. I believe I applied for, because I really wanted to get the American Express. I really wanted to get that one first. So I went ahead and applied for the American Express credit card, because see, that was my first one and it was going to be a hard pull. And then maybe like a minute or two after, I had applied for the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, because on the one hand, I was just like, well, if I possibly get denied, I would rather get denied for the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card opposed to the American Express. So, you know, when we are taking a look at getting the credit cards, we really should pull our credit report and, you know, take a look to see how things are looking, you know, especially for our inquiries. And because that's going to be the main thing. Because, you know, let's say you want to apply for maybe like a Chase FI Preferred or an American Express. You know, sometimes if they see that you're applying for a lot of credit, you might get denied. So, and then, you know, even with the Chase credit cards, if you have more than 5 personal credit cards within a 24-month period, you know, you could be denied, even though, you know, I hear that possibly maybe they are being a little bit more lax, but you really don't know 100%. So let's see, what did Sledge Inc. said? The everyday was my first American Express. Yeah, you know, I like I like it. And so that's why I say when we are taking a look at credit cards, you know, I'm always going to say to do our budget, but I feel like we really have to understand our spending and our categories. So let's say for myself, you know, groceries, groceries, y'all, that's going to be the lowest category spend I have, but dining is going to be my highest category. And so for the American Express everyday credit card, that's really a grocery card, in my opinion. So I would say that's not my favorite credit card comparative to, you know, like the Navy Federal More Rewards credit card. So that's why I really have to check your spending. But on the same hand, my strategy was to get in the American Express ecosystem so that the other credit cards that I get, I could it'll be a soft pull. So, you know, think about it that way. Let's say, yeah. So he said he has 11 American Express credit cards. Y'all, oh my gosh, y'all definitely have to go over to his channel because he has a lot of good information. Let me see if I can pull it up. Um, Here, let me share my screen again. Yes. So y'all have to go over to his channel because he has a lot of information on his channel. So, like, I definitely need to check out this one because y'all, I just be laughing so much. And it seems because I tell y'all that because I was over on Rod's channel with Points Blank Experience, and I was saying that, you know, like when I travel, I've never been on a business class. I've never been on business class. You know, I really am a Southwest girl. But see, when y'all go over here on Sledge Inc.'s channel, y'all, he be on these business class trips with him and his family. And you know, they really be doing it, going into these you know, going into these clubs and all that kind of stuff. And so he has a loophole. I haven't watched this one, but yeah, he has a lot of good information on here. So a little bit ago we did a kind of like a collab where we were talking about annual fees, and so he has almost like $3,000 in annual fees, and then I had like 306. So yes, y'all have to go over and check out his, because like on this American Express Gold card, whoa, so this one has $110,000 in membership rewards. So wow, that's pretty good. But I don't know, because that American Express Business Gold card, well, I think that's probably $250 in an annual fee. I'm not for sure. I'll have to but yes. Yeah, so y'all go ahead and check out his channel. Let's see. So Ty said, I have the cash reward. It's not bad. It was a random number. Let's see. They might as well make it 2%. Exactly. They might as well make it 2%. You know, in my opinion, you know, with the Navy Federal credit cards, y'all, I don't know. I really feel like I think that the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card is a good card, maybe for a beginner, but I just don't think, you know, with the 1.5 or 1.75, I think I would just rather have like 3 times the points, because with the more rewards, even though it's points, you can get points or cash back. So I would rather get 3 times the points than the cash back. That's just my opinion on that. And there's one thing that I missed on the cash rewards card, so I will come back to that in a minute, because I'll come back to that one. And so I would say the Go Rewards, even though I think it's a good card, to me, I think it's very similar to the cash rewards card. So these two cards are really kind of the same. And then the flagship, that's going to be your travel card. So I think that that's really good. And then I think it's always good to have a low annual fee credit card. So in my opinion, I feel like it should just be the cash reward. And like Ty said, probably just move it to 2% cash back. I think that would work. Now, if it was 2% cash back, then my credit cards would be the Navy Federal more rewards and then the cash rewards, because I would rather get the 2% cash back. And so I think they should keep the cash rewards, the platinum, and the flagship, and then the more rewards, and then the end rewards, because I think that's a good card if you're trying to rebuild. So I'm not trying to just be, you know, hard on the cash rewards, but I would say if it was up to me, I would just say everybody should just go for the more rewards. I think you're going to get more on that one, just in my opinion. Let's see. Yes, of course, y'all have to check out his channel. And thank you. He gave me a $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. Sim said 11 American Express cards. Exactly, Sim. Like, oh my gosh, 11 American Express cards. That is just, yes, that is wild. Let me see. Ty said, so she has 3 Navy Federal credit cards, and I think that this is a good mix. She says she has a Navy Federal flagship, the more rewards, and the platinum. Yes, so I think that that is a good mix. Yeah, but it was just like because when I really wanted to do the trifecta with Navy Federal, and I was just like, which one should I get? So on the one hand, I was thinking about the Go Rewards because you get the 3 times the points on restaurants. But I was like, well, I have the Navy Federal Platinum, well, the Navy Federal more rewards, so it doesn't make sense. And so then I was just like, what about the platinum credit card? But since I pay my credit cards off, every month, then it doesn't really make sense to get the platinum credit card. So then I just went with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. And then 2, I just feel like with the platinum card, like Navy Federal really doesn't even offer any good perks with, I would say, they have the balance transfer on that one, but it's like, I want some points, I want some cash back, that's what I'm looking for on my credit cards opposed to the balance transfer. So usually that's what I'm thinking on that. But yeah, but I would say overall with the Navy Federal the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, another thing to think about here, let me share my screen again, is with this card you can get the hold on, let me take this down. So with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, you can actually get the Visa or you can get the MasterCard with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card. And see, what I would state is I had actually had applied and they had approved me for the Visa, but I really wanted the MasterCard for the cash rewards since I already had the flagship and it was a Visa. I wanted the MasterCard. So I had got the MasterCard, but since they had to mail it to me again, and I had already used the Visa, then it's like it almost kind of like reset me to where my purchase is so that I could get the $2,000 minimum spend. It really kind of messed me up a little bit, and I had to wait a little bit longer. So I would say, kind of know which one you want prior to applying, and then you can go ahead and ask for it. But since I had applied online, that had kind of messed me up a little bit. So I would say with the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card, kind of decide which one do you want. Do you want a Visa or do you want a MasterCard? I mean, you really can't go wrong with either one, but there are going to be there are some different perks with the Visa or the World MasterCard. So I would say to kind of take that into consideration when you are applying for the cash rewards card. And what I would say, just to kind of bring it on in, and I would say especially for 2023, I really want to kind of get back to the basics in credit cards, just one, improving our credit score, because it's just like we really want to be able to apply for any credit card. And while I'm not saying that the Navy Federal the Navy Federal Cash Rewards card is a bad card, with the 1.5% cash back or the 1.75% cash back, I think we could just do a little bit better, possibly with the more rewards. And so we want to be able to get our credit in a way to where we can just apply for any credit card that we want. So I would say I'm going to be talking a little bit more about improving our credit. So, when we're taking a look at our credit, We want our credit scores to be good. And so we want to take a look at our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. And so, especially for, let's say, our inquiries, our new credit, just consider creating a plan when we are applying. But, so get the credit cards that really, let's say like the Chase credit cards. That way you're still within their guidelines. But then other than that, really, are you really worried about an inquiry as long as it's not maybe like over 5 or something like that? But I would say, because that's 10% of our score. And then with the payment history, that's 35% of our score. And then our credit utilization, that's 30% of our score. We want to make sure that that's under 30%. And if it's high, so if we have high utilization, just getting it down. And I would say usually under 10%, but the lower the better. Then I think you'll keep a higher score. So overall, I would definitely say, just making sure that um our credit score and things like that are good. That way we can apply for any credit card. Let's see. So Ty said, Ty calling me out. Ty said, okay, did I ever decide with the American Express Gold card, the Apple card, or the custom cash? So I really had ruled out the Apple card because I was just like, I really don't need the Apple card. And then with the custom cash, somebody else had put a comment. I think it was New Beginnings. New Beginnings had put a comment on the custom cash. And so that's with Citi. And so I have a Citi card. D, he's not right. So I have a Citi thank you reward. I have a Citi thank you rewards card. And see, usually you get the thank you reward points, because even with the custom cash, it states that you'll get 20,000 points, but it's going to be thank you rewards, but you can still redeem it for cash and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm just really not a fan of that. So even though with the custom cash, you can get the 5% cash, you can get the 5% cash back on your highest category. And so I was just like, well, I could just use that for my dining. And then so I have the American Express Gold card. But I was just like, I mean, D trying to call me out talking about she's scared of annual fee, and it's just so funny because even with him making that video, I'm just like, y'all, I just really do not know why. I can't really give a definitive answer as to it. I can't say that I'm scared. I don't know. Like for me, still with the gold card, I'm going to say for my spending, to me, it does not make sense for me to get the gold card. So I'm going to stand hands down on it. It's not going to make any sense for me to get the American Express Gold card because I know that it has a $250 credit. So really, it'll just make it a $10 annual fee. So the first year to pretty much pay for itself. But see, the thing is, with the $120 Uber credit for dining, the Uber credit for for that, I'm just like, I really don't use Uber and I don't do Uber Eats. So, I'm going to say I don't do Uber that much. So it's like, if I could get it in a pool and I could just use it when I want, then it would work for me, but just month to month. So possibly, out of a 12 months, I would probably maybe 3 times a year, I might use Uber. So I'm not using it that much. So then I would lose a lot of the Uber credit. So then with the dine, you get the 120 for the dining, but it's only 6 restaurants. So you have what was it? Not the Olive Garden. You got the Cheesecake Factory, and then there was another restaurant. So it was 2 restaurants on there that I really liked. So I just feel like, are people using those Uber credits and those, the dining credits like they say they are? But what I really do like with the gold card, hands down, is going to be the 4 times the membership reward points for dining, because that's going to be my highest category. So that's the only reason why I'm still kind of considering it. I haven't ruled it all the way out, but I don't think right now, I'm not really in a hurry. But American Express had put it in my portal, but right now it's saying that it's maybe I don't know if it was 60,000 membership reward points, but 2 weeks ago they had like 90,000 membership reward points, and so I was just like, that's really good. And so I'm kind of, I hope that I'm not waiting too long on that one, because I really want to get, more reward points if I do decide to get it. So yeah. So I'm not ruling it out all the way, but I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of let me see exactly. Let me see what Sim says. Sim is on my he is on my side. He says, tell them you're not scared of the American Express Gold Card. You just, yeah, maybe separation anxiety with my money. I don't know. It's like I don't even know if it's that, because I'll spend, I'm funny because it's like I'll spend some money, but then sometimes I can be a little bit tight. I can, but I don't know, with annual fees like $250. But I think that's why y'all have to go and check out his channel. So what did he say? He said the best way to do Uber Eats credit is to do for pickup, and then for the dining credit, to go to Grubhub pickup, no delivery fees. I know, and I hear what you're saying, but I don't well, it says to do it for, let me see, the best way to do Uber Eats credit is to do pickup, and for the dining credit, do Grubhub. So I don't know. D, you might have to do a video on that, because that'll probably be the only reason, because I don't do delivery. I usually go pick up my food. So let me see. He says not, yeah. And so that's why I was saying, even when I had did the video, we had both did our videos, because it's like the 900. So they have 900 member reward points if you open up the American Express Gold Card. Let me see if they still have it. And so that's going to be equal to $900 versus a $250 annual fee. So I totally agree. I totally agree with you, because that was going to end up being, for the first year, it was going to be over like $1,000. So with it being a $250 annual fee, it was going to be totally worth it for the first year. So I definitely agree with you on that. So for the first year, I agree. Let me see. Okay. So, oh yeah. But see yeah, because it has the 60,000. But you know what? Because see, it's funny that it's doing this, but I think maybe if I go into incognito or something, or maybe if I went in, it's a possibility that I could still get the 90,000 membership reward offer, especially like if I logged in. So I think that it's still available, because when I did this a few weeks ago, it had the offer, and then D, he's saying that it was a 90,000 bonus sign up. Let me see if I can get to the comment. So obviously he saw it too, and I saw it as well. So it's probably still out there, but I might have to go into incognito and maybe I'll get it again. So yeah, so you get 60,000 membership reward points after you spend $4,000. But see, then it has a $250 annual fee. But see, the thing is, you get 4 times the points on restaurants, 4 times the points on 4 times the points on restaurants, and then 4 times the points on grocery, and then 3 times the points on flights booked directly through the American Express Travel. and then you get $120 Uber credit. And then let me see. So I don't know. Yep. Let me see. So this one, the American Express Platinum, yeah, that has a $695 annual fee on there, y'all. No way. No way. Let me see. I don't want to accidentally apply for that one. Let me see. Oh, let me do this. Oh yeah, so it has 80,000 membership reward points, but you have to spend $6,000 well within 6 months. So that's not bad. And then it's $695 annual fee, but you can unlock 1,500 per statement credit earned on select purchases made with the platinum card. Yeah. So wow. You get a $200 hotel credit, $200 airline fee credit, $155 Walmart credit. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So I mean that one, and then they have a lot of the lounges. Yeah, and it's so funny because my sister was telling me the other day because I was telling them when I did the live the last time that I haven't I haven't been in any of the lounges, because usually once I get to the airport, usually y'all, I'm still trying to get all my steps in. And then let me see. He said that's his favorite credit card, the platinum. Oh my goodness. So yeah, usually I'm trying to get my steps in. So I'm usually walking. I'm usually just not sitting. And but my sister, she was like, those lounges are really nice because they have a lot of good food in there that you can try and all that kind of stuff, and it's pretty luxurious. Let me see. T, what's going on, T? How are you doing? I love my Cash Rewards card. It replaces my Capital One Quicksilver. I have a couple $100, yeah, in cash back. So yeah, I think it's good, but I still think that the Navy Federal More Rewards is better. So yeah. But but yeah, so we're gonna see. I don't know. I might apply for the American Express Gold card. That might be the next one that I apply for, but we'll have to see, y'all. I don't know. I'll just have to, because that $250 annual fee. No, I'm just not really a fan of it. But I'm moving a little bit closer to it. I'm not gonna say it's all the way a no, but just creating a better strategy, because let's say, especially for travel, if that's gonna unlock more benefits, then maybe I might have to get it. So we'll have to see. But yeah, but overall, I'm definitely excited about the new year. Y'all have to let me know what goals and stuff that y'all have. But yeah, so I thank y'all so much for joining. And I might stay on for another minute. So maybe if anybody wants to here, let me see if anybody wants to jump on. Let's see if I can put it in here. Here we go. I'll stay on maybe for another 5 minutes or so. And if anybody wants to join the stream, they can, and we can chit chat a little bit more. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Yes, Sim said, we appreciate you sharing your personal experience with us. Of course, I definitely hope that it's helpful, sharing my experiences. And I would say, just like I've said before, I would say the main thing, because y'all know I'm all about using my credit card like a debit card. But overall, for us to do that, one, I'm always going to say do our budget. So I'm always going to do my budget. But then two, make sure that we can get our credit score to where, at least over a 720, get our credit score high so that we can apply for the credit cards that we want, to get the interest rates that we want. We want to get the low interest rates, and we want to get the good credit cards, because we don't want to have to, not to say that there's anything wrong with the store credit cards and stuff like that, but I think you can get more options with, let's say, American Express credit card, a Navy Federal credit card, a Chase credit card. We don't want to have to get you know the credit card. We want to get the credit cards that we want. So yeah, let's see. The YouTube experiment says I'll have to watch the replay. Definitely. All righty. Well, I hope that y'all have a great rest of the night. And because the 31st is tomorrow, I hope that y'all have a safe New Year's. And I just thank y'all, because I feel like this year has been a really good year for the channel. So I just thank y'all so much for y'all support. And in 2023, it's going to be even better. So got some good stuff coming out. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. But yeah, we're about to get out of here. But I still thank you for joining. And, if you have time to watch the replay, that would be great. But yeah, so thank y'all so much for joining. I hope that y'all have a good night and a happy new year. And see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace out.